Hello guys, we'll be looking at the topic known as withholding tax receivable. Um, I have already explained in my previous lecture. I've already explained everything you need to know about withholding tax. But in this particular section, what we want to actually do is to do a practical application of withholding tax in business. How do we apply this withholding tax? Whether it is payable, whether it is receivable, how do we apply it? So, in order to really understand it very well, let's actually look at this particular scenario, because without scenario questions we won't be able to understand most things in accounting. So let's go there. Now, ABC Limited, a customer of Barama Limited, who is owning the company. This ABC Limited is owing Barama Limited the amount of 73,100. So he decided to pay off his debt. He paid 70,000 naira, deducting withholding tax from the expected payment. So when he paid 70,000, and we asked him, why did you pay 70,000? He said, we have deducted withholding tax. So as the accountant of the company, kindly process the receipts and show how the withholding tax deductions will be treated. Now look at the summary of what really happened between ABC Limited and Barama Limited. The invoice amount is 73,100. Amount received is 70,000. So the withholding tax deduction is 3,100. This is the amount ABC Limited deducted. So our job as the accountant is to what? How do you account for this 3,100? How do you ensure that you post this in the appropriate manner in which it will not be showing that ABC Limited is owing us? Because if you fail to do the right posting, it will be showing in our in ABC Limited account, in the customer's account, that the customer is owing 3,100. So you need to really do the right posting. You need to really do the right accounting to ensure that this 3,100 is properly taken care of. So let's go there. Now, in order to start the processing of our withholding tax, the first thing you need to do is to what? Um, this amount that he paid, we need to post this amount first. When we receive it, we can now go further to do our withholding tax entry. So let's first of all receive it. So let's go to task and do our receipt. So receipt, click here. So ABC Limited is the customer. Let's click ABC Limited. Now, there are some issues about this withholding tax. Now, because the customer, there are two ways an invoice is done. One of the reasons why when we record this, when we put in this ABC Limited, why is it that the invoice did not come out? Yes, there are two possible reasons why the invoice did not come out. One, if you invoice from sales order, the invoice will come out. You'll be seeing the amount the person is owing. But if you did not invoice from sales order, the invoice will not come out. This invoice was not done through sales order. That's why we are not seeing the invoice. That doesn't mean that the customer is not owing. First, let's quickly even check. Let's check the invoice the customer is owing. Let's check it. Let's go to report and form and check our receivable. Let's be sure that the customer is actually owing. So you can see it here. This is ABC Limited. You can see this is the account. ABC Limited is showing that ABC Limited is showing 73,100. So what I was actually saying was that when we actually go to task, receipts, the customer, and we call the customer, it should be showing 73,000. It should have been showing 73,000 if it was invoiced from sales order. But if it wasn't invoiced from sales order, it won't show. So if it wasn't invoiced from sales order, the best thing we need to do if we want to receive money is to use prepayments. But if it's invoiced from sales order, it doesn't really need a prepayment. So payments for invoice, outstanding invoice. If you know the invoice number, you can put the invoice number. So this is for receivable. Yes. How much did the customer paid? Customer paid 70,000. So from into which bank? He paid into Access Bank. Just right. generate reference number for the when it was placed on the 28th. Invoice was done on the 27th, while the customer made payment on the 28th. So after you've checked and everything is fine, save. Go to list. So this is it on the 28th. Where is the invoice we just received now? ABC Limited. This is it here. You can see it. It's there. So and also check go to report and form and check customers ledgers. You can see it here now. Now, what is it showing us now? I told you that if you want to singularly know separate other customers from the one you want, you can do that two option and you can separate it. You can see after separating, this is I have the reports of I have only ABC Limited report. You can see this is the invoice that was done for ABC Limited. This is the amount that was received, and this is if you refuse to do your withholding tax receivable, it will continue to show that the customer is owing us 3,100, and that is what we want to eliminate. We want to clearly, because this money was deducted. It wasn't just deducted illegally. The company follows the procedure, the tax law procedure that withholding tax should be deducted when you want to pay. So that is what the customer is actually doing the right thing. So we need to pass the necessary entry to ensure that this account is zeroed, or this account is wind down to zero. So we can see that we need to do something that ensures that this 3,000 naira is put in the right ledger. So what is now the second thing to do? I've told you the first thing is to do the receipt. The second thing to do right now is to do an entry to and transfer this 3,100 naira into withholding tax receivable account. So let's go there. Now, how do you go about that? Once again, you go to your task, receipts, customer, ABC Limited. Withholding tax deducted. I copy ABC Limited. And the withholding tax is 3,100. Put the reference number here. Now, we are going to since this is not a cash transaction, we just want to reflect the deduction. So we are going to pick withholding tax receivable here. We are going to pick withholding tax receivable. Yes, this is withholding tax receivable. We are going to link it to withholding tax receivable. Please don't go and choose a cash account. It's not a cash account. We only utilize the medium of a cash account to post this transaction. Please, we are posting between customer and withholding tax, and the journal entry for this particular transaction is to debit withholding tax receivable and credit customer. That's just the journal entry for this. So if you have checked and okay, when was it done? It was done since the money was paid on the 28th, and the withholding tax receivable should also be done on the 28th. So you write it. I told you if you want to do your posting, you need to fill everything here first before this go. If you write your description before filling everything, by the time you want to save, this one will wipe off. So we are going to write this description again. Withholding as deducted by ABC Limited. So if you have checked and everything is fine, all you need to do is just save. Go to your list. You see there, yes, this is it here. So let's now go to our report to now know the updates of what we've been doing. So account receivable. From account receivable, we check the customer ledger. So what can you see here? It is zero. It has been wind down to what? To zero. It's been reduced to zero. You can see this is our withholding tax uh, journal, entry journal. You can see this transaction with person withholding tax. This is the receipt. Two of them must what equal your invoice. You can see